What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another day in Car Mechanic Simulator with me, the Virtual Mechanic, and today's project, our Lamborghini Gallardo. This is the Purple Edition Virtual Mechanic. This is what we were going to build for our competition entry for Discord last week when I wasn't very well and didn't do any videos. So I never got to enter this, but we are still going to build it anyway because I still think it's pretty cool, and it's the Purple Edition, and I promised King Slowpoke that I would make him a Purple Edition at some point. So let's get it out of the way. This one's going to be pretty awesome. We do have a little livery. It is a little bit customized from the base model. Nothing special. Lowered down a little bit with a few tiny little changes and nothing special, such as that big air intake in there instead of the two floating air filters. And we have no engine cover on it. Shy of that, it is pretty much standard, I do believe. And the little livery I have created for it really is nothing special. But the new competition has started. We did say congratulations to Sonic Fear on Monday's video. Obviously, now we're on Wednesday. Now the competition is in a full swing. We've got it picked. We've got it chosen. The next car we're going to be working on. So head over to the Discord. A link in the description below for the official Red Dot Games Discord server, where the competition takes place, and we'll be working on the Bolt Reptilia R6, the one from the Drag Racing DLC, one of the brand new cars. That's what everyone voted for, so that's what we're going to build next. But let's get back into today's beautiful project, our Lamborghini Gallardo Purple Edition VM, and we got it from the auction house. The frame itself's pretty good, the body's not so good, but the parts and interior are pretty damn good, if I'm being honest. Pretty good percentages on there. Did we get a good deal? We did indeed. I bought it for 65,175 and could sell it for 72,223, making a cheeky little profit of 7,048 before we even begin, and we do like that. Engine in this one is as it stands, the V10 MT8. I didn't want to swap it out. Kind of wanted something with turbos in there, but there isn't a V10 with turbos that I like or that fits in, so we just left it. Sadly, one of them things. 722 factory horsepower on this one. We will be putting performance parts in it and increasing it as much as we can, ready to hit up the drag strip a little bit later on today. This is what we're going to be working on. Let's get stuck in. Let's get this dirty little beast into the car wash and get it cleaned up. Here we are then, in the car wash with our little Gallardo. Let's get it cleaned. What have we got underneath all this dust and grime? I hope it's not my livery. I don't want to reveal it yet. It is not, but it is in a purple. Jumpy game. It is in a purple, and it will be staying a purple. Just not that exact purple. Let's get the interior done. Let's get it back on the lift. Get that V10 ripped out of there and start stripping everything down. The Lamborghini's up in the air, ready to check for that oil. But first off, I just want to apologise. If you can hear that dog barking in the background, one of my neighbours has got a very yappy dog that doesn't want to be quiet today. So I do apologise if you can hear that in the background. Hopefully it's not too bad. But let's get underneath and check for that oil pan. It is there. Very good. Let's get it out and get you all drained. Hopefully not too bad. Let's have a look. That's dark. That is very bad oil. You should never let a car get that bad. But anyway, it is out now. That's what we care about. Let's get underneath. We got to get a few bits out of here. This is a rear wheel drive, so we do have the rear drive axles and rear wheels to get off. So I'm going to crack on with that, and I'll be back in just a moment. There we go. That's all out. Let's jump in and grab this little starter just in here. Out you come. And then hopefully that big old gearbox as well. Let's swing underneath it. Make it a bit easier for ourselves. Nice and simple. We will grab all of this exhaust out while we're here as well, just to make sure we can actually lift that engine block out of there. So let's go and get it out and then see what we've got going on quickly in the engine bay. So over we go. Grab the crane down to the back of the Gallardo. Nothing to lift up there as it's open, and out you come. Nice and easy. That is what we like. So what have we got in this engine bay? Mainly just looking out for liquids to drain, but we have a big air filter there. Medium intercooler with two radiators, assuming they've got no fan housing kits. No, they have not. Should have remembered that from last time, really. ECU, ABS pumper module, brake servo, coolant reservoir, power steering down the back. And then up the front, we've got the little fuse box just up here, nice and hidden away. Then we've got a wishy-washy reservoir, two more radiators, and a battery just there. So I'm going to get all of these liquids drained out. Then we will come back and check out the bodywork on this beautiful Gallardo before we head over to the paint shop and apply my livery today. That's everything repaired, replaced, or upgraded, ready to go back on mechanically, but we need to sort all of this bodywork out. So let's start stripping it down. Out with everything. Windshield. We're keeping the King Slowpoke windshield in there, definitely. Body window, out you come. Anything down here? I didn't do this that long ago, and I still can't remember where everything is. Let's just keep going around out with that. And I think that might be everything, but we do need to jump in and get this interior out. Out you come, and out you come. And let's see if we got everything. 1% on that screen, that's a good sign, and nothing on there. We have got everything. Frames at 87%, and I bought the car for 65,175. So I'm going to say, I know I did this not too long ago, and I really can't remember. I'm going to go, oh, it's a lot, I know that. I'm going to say 1,800. 1,000. Not as much as I thought it was going to be. We did check out all the body parts not too long ago for this one, so we're not going to do it again. I'm just going to get this one all back together. Then we're going to head over to the paint shop and check out the livery I've created. Time to get the Purple Edition Gallardo all back together and ready to go over to the paint shop. Start with the hood. I've kept it with one of the King Slowpoke hoods. Loving that on there. Looking awesome. Front bumper, we went for front bumper C, and the headlights, we went for the tinted option on there. Looking pretty good. Front fenders, we just went for A. The Bs have the Superleggera stripe on them. We didn't want the Superleggera stripe, although I am using some Superleggera parts. Windscreen, we kept with the B, which is the King Slowpoke hanging air freshener in there, looking good. And the doors were just the normal one. I did buy a second one, and I didn't need it because I managed to repair one, and I forgot about it. Onto the side skirts. These are Superleggera ones. As I said, there is a few Superleggera bits on here, but nothing too special. And we went for a body-coloured mirror on there, looking pretty good. Round to the other side. In you go. In you go. In with the windows. If I could press and hold for long enough. Try that again. And there we go. And on with that body-coloured mirror. Down to the back then. Rear window. In you go. The trunk is the Superleggera carbon fibre trunk. And then the spoiler on top of that is also the carbon fibre Superleggera spoiler, with the rear bumper being the Superleggera one with the carbon strips down the bottom there, looking pretty good. Tail lights were the tinted ones matching with the headlights, and then the trunk window, just the Superleggera one that fits that piece there, looking pretty good. License plate, we've gone with a Virtual Mechanic plate with Purple Edition VM as our little logo on there, looking pretty good. That should be everything for the bodywork, but let's get around and get some of this interior in. I say some, I mean all. I've swapped it to some Zonda seats because I think they look good, and we should be able to do something pretty sweet with the colours later. And I did keep it with the original M3 steering wheel with a flat bottom. It just suits the Lamborghini a little bit better than all the other ones. I was going to put a Pagani one in there, but I didn't like the big Pagani logo in the centre. So, developers, if you're listening, a lovely modern steering wheel with some flappy paddles without any branding on it would be pretty awesome. That would be what I'd like to see next. Don't know about you guys, but if you agree with that, head over to the Discord server, put it in the feedback. I know I will be. So let's jump on with this. I think it's all together. Let's double check. 100%, 100%, 100%. Fantastic. Let's get this little beast over to the paint shop and get on today's livery. Well, here she is then in this very, very deep purple, pun not intended there. Looking absolutely incredible, very metallic-y, and we've also got this honeycomb double stripe running front to back in the yellow/gold on there, looking pretty sweet. Definitely know what I'm feeling. Intercooler in there, and the two radiators up here, definitely in that yellowy goldy colour spanning across the back. That could look pretty good with the engine in a mix of that purple and gold. Maybe a bit of black, maybe a little bit of white as well, we shall see, because I'm undecided about the rims, whether they should be goldy or yellow, or should just go white. I think white would look pretty sweet on there, even with the stripes on the body looking pretty awesome. The interior is looking fantastic. We've got the M3 seat with a bit of purple on it. Seat? That's definitely a steering wheel, not a seat. Then we've got the two Zonda seats completely purpled out, and you get that two-tone of the dark and light. Looking pretty good on there. Very pleased with that. We need to go and get everything painted. This is going to take a little while because there's quite a few little bits to go with this one. So I'm going to crack on with that. Then we'll start reassembly, getting all of that suspension all together before we move on to that beautiful V10 engine. I shall see you back on the lifter in just a few minutes. That's everything painted, ready to go back together on our Purple Edition Gallardo. Let's start with the shocks, though. We've got yellow or gold shocks with purple springs and purple caps, both front and back. Looking absolutely amazing. Let's get them off there and do the rear ones as well. Looking pretty sweet on there. Very pleased with them. Let's get them off and let's start getting all of this suspension in and on together. Front steering knuckle is in a purple. Then we've got the steering rack and the sway bar both in that goldy colour. Inner tie rod in a purple, and then the outer tie rod in a gold on there. Looking pretty good. Both sets of suspension arms are both in that metallic purple, looking absolutely beautiful. Very pleased with that colour. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. For those that are wondering, it's 298 across the top, 60 across the next line, and 65 across the bottom line to get it that exact purple, looking beautiful. Knuckle cover is also in the purple there, and the front wheel hub is in that gold, looking good. Sway bar end link also in the gold. Let's just get you on, and then we've got brake disc, brake pad, and a lovely chrome purple brake caliper on there just to finish it off. Very much blending in with that, looking very, very good there. Wheel hub bearing in, and then the lovely wheel hub cap in that purple just to finish that off, looking pretty sweet in there. Throw the fuel tank in on the way through. They are just in purple, looking pretty good with, oh, wrong side. The fuel pump just in a lovely little yellow. That's definitely more of a yellow than a gold because it's a plasticky piece. Down the back then, the rear knuckle housing is in the purple with both the suspension arms in the purple, as you've already seen, almost exactly the same as the front. So let's just get it all on. In we go. On we go there. Let's get the shock in, looking beautiful. In you go. And then the knuckle cover, if I could click on it, then we've got the hub. In you go in the gold. Bearing in there, and then the drive axle will go in a little bit later on once we've got the engine and stuff in. And let's get up to that brake caliper. In you go there in the chrome purple. That's all of that done for the minute. We've got the medium intercooler just up here. We'll do all of the exhaust a little bit later on. I'm going to crack on and get all of the other side finished, and then we'll move on to sorting this engine bay out. I'll see you in a minute. There we have it, all the suspension in there looking beautiful, and mostly in purple with a few splashes of gold dotted around. But we need to get the engine bay all sorted, and this does mean splashing in a bit more of that gold. We'll get the battery in, and we'll get that wishy-washy reservoir in there. And then we've got the two front radiators, which are both in gold. Quick glimpse at the other two radiators, also both in gold. But we'll step away from this very quickly just to show you how well you can see them through them front grills. Looking beautiful with that livery. Let's jump down the back. Let's get it open up here. Down we go and get the rest of this stuff all in. Power steering reservoir just up here. Coolant reservoir and a brake servo. And then just hidden down in the front here, we got the ABS pump in the gold with the module on top in that metallic purple. Looking very good there. Didn't want it too gold, be too over the top, and then you're going to see what I've done with the engine and be like, what is he on about? But anyway, fuse box is already in a lovely little purple just to save a bit of time getting that all in. Obviously, that intercooler's in as well. Then the rear two radiators both in the gold. We'll take a look at that in just a second. And then the air filter base is in a chromed out purple. Had to do it chrome because this is a black plastic piece and it wouldn't take colour very well, even with the quality of life mod. But you do have that force chrome option to get it close to the colour we're after. Not exactly, but very, very close. Looking good in there. That's all of that. And if we step back here, you can see all the gold down at the back, sticking through the bodywork, looking absolutely fantastic. The only thing I do wish I could have changed was the exhaust tips built into the bumper. Would have loved to have get them in the same sort of colour. That would have made it look awesome. But we need to go and build that engine anyway, so let's get into the next room and get this going. We got the engine block on here in the metallic purple with the oil pan in the same purple, and that shows you the difference in the colour. This is a much darker purple than the oil pan, although they're the same colour. The only piece that shows it is that little ring there. But let's start getting this all together in with the camshaft. And then we got a lovely cam gear down here along with a timing chain, and we should be able to put the cover on. We can, which is in that lovely metallic purple. Looking beautiful, very purple going on here, but we've got a few other colours to add, so let's crack on. The water pump's in that gold. In you go, looking lovely in there. And then the water pump pulley on top is in a lovely little purple. Alternator up here in the gold. In we go with the power steering pump, also in the gold. And then that main crankshaft pulley in the gold as well. Really popping off the front end there. Oil filter's just in a little black, with the two idle rollers that are here just blacked out as well. There is another one to go on in a bit. So we'll get the black belt on, and then the last idle roller just in there, finishing that off, looking pretty good. We got ignition coils. Excuse me, ignition coils. They are in a beautiful little white. I'm unsure what I'm going to do with the wheels yet. They might end up white. So I figured I'd splash a little bit of white in the meantime. Then we need to get these engine heads sorted. Now there's quite a few bolts in these, so let's just get one side all done up and then talk about the innards, and then we'll get them all done. So inside it is another one of these 10 valve push rods and 10 rocker arms in there as well. There are some spark plugs down the side, but I'll get to them in a bit. For the meantime, I'm going to get this side all matched up, all of these pieces done and worked up to the head covers. So I'll see you in a minute. That's all the push rods and rocker arms in, ready to go. Let's get the engine head covers in that lovely goldy colour. Very much more yellow on the engine heads than they are anywhere else, but still looking pretty good. I did say there were spark plugs down here, so we'll just quickly get these in as well while I can see them. Oh, if I could click on them, that is. I might be able to see them, but I can't click on them. In you go there, and we'll nip around. We've got a fuel filter down the back here in that metallic purple. And we'll get the spark plugs done on the other side and get that other head cover on. That's definitely a lot brighter on this side. I think it's just the light reflecting into it. There we go. That's a little bit better for my eyes. Exhaust manifolds, you are in the lovely gold colour, which is why I kind of wanted the exhaust tips to be go gold if I could make them. But sadly, we couldn't. But we've got gold manifolds anyway. Looking pretty good on there. Let's get you all bolted up. Just a couple of pieces left to go on this beast. We've got the ignition cables or ignition wires also in that white, just to splash a little bit out there as well. And then the intake manifold in that gold on the top. Lots of bolts on this one, so let's just get it all in. Very easy. They're all in a straight line, so you just have to run the mouse up and down, or controller, whatever it is you're using. Fuel rails in the purple on the top, just to finish that off. And then the lovely throttle just down here in that purple, really making the end pop. This is the end you see from behind the car. So this is kind of the look you get from above it. Looking pretty special. But that's it for the minute. I'm going to grab some pictures. Then we'll get it dropped in our beautiful purple edition Lamborghini Gallardo. Ready to get this one all finished off outside and hitting up the drag strip. Very, very purple and gold. Looking beautiful. But we need to get it dropped in the car and see how good it looks against everything else. So let's get it in. And hopefully this looks pretty sweet. In you go. Get the crane put away. We won't be able to see much because of how high up the car is at the moment. You can just about see a little bit. But what we will do is take a step forward there. That looks pretty good. But we will also go very quickly into photo mode. We'll just ramp ourselves up in the air so you can have a good old look down at all the gold and purple in there. Looking beautiful. There is still a little bit more to go though. So let's get the Gallardo up in the air. Gallardo? Whatever. Up in the air and get the last few bits in here. Under we go. We've got the lovely gearbox to go in, so let's start with that. If we can find a nice position, that'll do. In there, in the gold, looking pretty sweet. On you go. Nip around to this side, and we've also got the little starter down here against the purple body, so we've done that one in a gold as well. Then we've got the drive axles. They're in the purple. Look at that. That looks absolutely beautiful in there. We'll get the exhaust on this side in. It is all in gold. Sadly, again, wish I could have got them tips in gold. Would have really made this one really pop to finish it off, but it is what it is. In we go on that side, and then just the last drive axle to go. In you go there. Get you all bolted up. Wheels ready to go on. I'm going to go and pick the wheels. I'm still undecided between this sort of goldy colour or a white. I think a white would look really good on it, but I'm not sure yet. I'm going to make some, put them on, see how I think about it. Get all the liquids topped up, some windows tinted, and then we'll get this beautiful Lamborghini Gallardo outside in the sun, all finished off. Here we are then, outside in the sun, all finished with the Lamborghini Gallardo Purple Edition Virtual Mechanic. I've just realised that we do have a couple of things extra to go on this vehicle, 4 bonus parts, so let's just get them on ready to go. They're all on the underside. Can you guess what they are? Neon tubes. I've gone for the blue ones because, well, I've put purple lights in them, so we'll see how these look in just a moment. Let's get them all on. On we go, and then let's turn the lights on. There you go. You've got little bits of underglow sticking all the way around the outside of the car there. Purple headlights to go in with it. Very bright in there as well. And a little bit of a red glow just for some rear tail lights. Looking pretty special. I'm not going to leave all of them on now. They're looking good. We will put them back on again towards the end, but I don't really want them on all the time. They just look very cool, and I'm glad I added them. Let's talk about these rims then. These are the rims 23, and yes, they are exactly what came on it. Literally, I just repaired them. Quite like the shape of them. They sort of go with this honeycomb hexagonal thing we've got going on with the racing stripes there. The front rims here, they're a 19-inch front rim with a 235 width and a 25 profile, and them at chrome purple brake calipers. Sticking through them look fantastic. And yes, obviously we did stick with the gold. The backs here, same rim 23, same width at 19-inch rim, but these are a 295 width and a 25 profile on these rear rims. Looking absolutely fantastic. Very, very pleased with them. Let's go into normal mode. Open that. Looking beautiful in there. Very, very pleased with that engine. All finished off with the exhaust and everything. All matching in the purple and gold. Very beautiful. Then also we've got the interior. We've got the Pagani Zonda seats in here, finished off in a purple with the M3 steering wheel in that lovely purple and black two-tone there. Looking very good in here. We always love the interiors. Excellent work by Lit on this one. Let's get it started up and hear that V10. We didn't really hear it that long ago because it wasn't long ago that this mod even came out. But let's give it some gas anyway. Very whiny, that one at the top end. I do quite enjoy it. But we need to get this bad boy onto the dyno, see what our horsepower is and what today's drag rating is. Here we are then on the dyno with the Lamborghini Gallardo Purple Edition Virtual Mechanic and its V10 engine. 722 factory horsepower from this variant. It was a lower in the original one, but how much have we added today? And what is this one's drag rating? Will it beat last time? It definitely will beat last time. A gain of 749 horsepower, 104%, bringing our measured power up to 1,471. Now, when we originally did the Lamborghini Gallardo, we did the Superleggera that had 525 factory horsepower. It went up to 1,059 and it had a drag rating of A, 909. So the Purple Edition, bearing in mind I've changed nothing in regards to the power output for engine. I've just left it as the Purple Edition standard. That Purple Edition is insane. Much more horsepower from factory, much more gained, and a drag rating of A at 999. We love to see it. Let's get this one onto the drag strip and see what it can do. But first we need to check out the gearbox tuning setup. Over we go. There it is today. Different to last time, sort of following a few similar rules. 3.3 ratio. The first gear shortened ever so slightly. Otherwise, it sort of sticks on the line a little bit. It still does, but a little bit better than it did before. Up to 428 in the 6th gear. Don't think we'll quite get there, but we should get quite close. We shall see. ECU are fully tuned, ready to go. No carburetors. Let's head over to the drag strip, see what our opposition is today, who we're up against, and whether we can win another drag tournament. Here we are then, back at the drag strip with our Purple Edition Lamborghini Gallardo Special Virtual Mechanic Edition. Let's get into it. King of the Sands, 1 mile A-Class. Pay our entry fee, in we go. Who have we got? Couple of electric Faris facing off against each other to start with. Few Unicorns as per normal. There we go. Truck fans in there in a Unicorn version 2, our first opponent. Who else have we got? Multiply in a version 2 Unicorn as well. And there we go. Matteo down at the bottom there in the version 4 Unicorn. So all of our friends are in Unicorns today. We're in the Purple Edition, a Virtual Mechanic exclusive Lamborghini Gallardo. Only exclusive because I made it myself. It wasn't made for me. I just need to put that one out there. But let's get in and see if we can beat the version 2 Unicorn and Truck Fan in our first race. On the drag strip, we've got all our beautiful LEDs on, looking fantastic. Lights on, ready to go, up against beautiful version 2 Unicorn. Rest in peace, Ken Block. Let's get in. Let's see if we can beat it in our beautiful Gallardo. Let's go. We made it off the line. See that little bit of stick there? It's much worse if you have the gears a lot longer. But let's see what we can do. Bit of bumping and scraping. I might have made this one a little bit lower than it probably should be. But let's get on, let's get across the line, see what we can cross at. If we can get some good times, better than the last Superleggera Gallardo we actually did. Cross the line. What did we cross at? What was the times? 379 kilometers an hour from our beautiful Gallardo. 8.405 seconds to the quarter of a mile. Definitely beating the other one, which had a 9.426 on its best run. 334 kilometers an hour and a 24.124 seconds to the 1 mile. Obviously beating it here so far. 8.405, pretty good to the quarter of a mile. 21.383 to the 1 mile, definitely beating the previous one with a much better top speed. Let's get into the next one. Sorry, truck fan, you were in my way to making it to the final. I had to beat you. My apologies. Up next, we've got actually my VM drag Alenti Calope. Beautiful car. Current speederboard champion, has been there since we drove it, obviously. Multiply's still in. He's against the electric Ferrari, and sadly, Matteo is gone, which is a bit of a shame. But let's get into ours and see if we can beat a different one of my creations. Mine looked better. Was in a nice green. I had a livery and double wings at the back, which haven't loaded in on that one, but it still looks pretty good. And nonetheless, can we beat it in our beautiful Gallardo? Let's find out. Let's go. Off the line, into second. Come on, little Lamborghini. Into third. And into fourth, we'll take a look. I can't see it, so that's a good sign. Let's get up into top gear and try and get across the line. See if we can get a slightly better time than last time. This is beautifully straight, by the way, the Gallardo. Very easy to drag strip on this one. Let's get across. There we go. Was this better than our first run? 8.367. It definitely was by just a little bit there. And a 21.329, ever so slightly beating out the 1 mile and 380 kilometers an hour new top speed from our beautiful Gallardo. Well, sadly, Multiply is now out as well. We've got the Ford Mustang drag up next. We've beat that, I think, every time we've come up against it. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this time it will be no different. There's also a version 4 Unicorn left in and the electric Ferrari. Can we make it to the final to come up against one of these two? Let's find out. Beautifully blacked out Ford Mustang drag over there. We're not that bothered by it. Hopefully we can just beat it. So let's get in. Let's go. Off the line, pulling away into second, into third. I think we've pulled away from it very fast off the line there. The acceleration on this Lamborghini is absolutely insane. It just doesn't quite have the top end to keep going. Maybe we could get there with a better gear tune, but we're still beating the Ford Mustang drag. So let's get it across the line. Will this be our best run yet? Let's have a look. 8.507, definitely not. Absolutely a dreadful in all honesty compared to the other two. Almost 100, well, 100th of a second off. Pretty bad to the quarter of a mile. 21.508 to the 1 mile. Not bad, but again, still way, way, way off. And 379 kilometers an hour. Matching our first run, but not as good as our second run. Let's get into the final. Let's see who we're up against and if we can take all of the winnings. Well, there it is. The version 4 Unicorn is who we're up against in the final. It's good we've only seen 2 Unicorns, the version 2 and the version 4 that we've actually come against. So I don't mind it too much. Let's get in, see if we can beat it. Well, there it is. The version 4 Unicorn. Rest in peace, Ken Block. Get that one out of the way pretty soon. Our final opponent today, final boss, final battle. Can we beat the version 4 Unicorn? Let's go in our beautiful Gallardo. Oh no, we've jumped the lights. I don't believe it. That's actually really disappointing. I do think we would have got that one, but that's a bit of a shame. There we go. We disqualified ourselves. Had to do it at some point again soon, really, didn't I? Glad I got it out of my system here. We can do another one, and I already got a good run with the Lamborghini Gallardo, so I'm pretty happy with that. But let's go back and collect our winnings. There we go. We didn't quite win at the full tournament, but we still got 5,250 payout, coming second place. I don't know how you come second in a drag race and still get a payout, but it was the tournament. We came second in the tournament, I guess. So there we go. Take away our entry fee. Still leaves us with 4,250 credits profit to begin with. Let's go see where the Lamborghini Gallardo ends up on the speederboard and get ready to say goodbye. Well, there we have it from the beautiful Lamborghini Purple Edition Gallardo Virtual Mechanics Special. What we would have built for the tournament, for the Discord competition, sorry. If I was well enough to have built it and recorded the video. This is our beautiful, beautiful model looking fantastic. Now, we got some good times on the speederboard. Not quite top 10 speederboard, I'm afraid. Did come in a 12th place, which isn't too bad. But it did have a quarter mile time of 8.367 seconds. 1 mile time of 21.329 seconds. And a top speed in that 1 mile of 380 kilometers an hour. Not too bad at all. We do need to talk some facts and figures about this beautiful Lamborghini Gallardo in here, looking absolutely stunning. Absolutely love it. Really fantastic. We bought the car for 65,175 and we could have sold it there and then, made a cheeky little bit of profit of 7,048 if we had sold it there and then. Obviously, we didn't do that. We definitely wanted to build, upgrade, and modify this beautiful Gallardo today with our custom little livery, custom covers. That engine are looking fantastic. But we spent 86,465 modifying, upgrading, and getting this beautiful car to how you see it here today with a total spend of 151,640. Not too bad at all. Quite a big spend. Hopefully we should be able to make a little bit of profit from this one. Let's get down the back and let's find out. We've got to get ready to sell this one. So let's see if we can make some profit from this one. I'm unsure if I'm going to sell it. It's one of my creations. I don't normally sell them So I'm a bit in two minds about this one, whether we do or not. All 100% finished now. Absolutely fantastic. With that engine ramped up to 1,471 horsepower, a gain of 105%. 104%, sorry, a little over a brand new engine whacked on top of it. Can we make a profit though? Total spend of 151,640. We can indeed. Sale price of 227,553 leaves us with a profit of 75,913, plus our small winnings from the drag strip, 4,250, puts us at a profit of 80,163. We are going to keep the purple edition Lamborghini Gallardo, looking absolutely fantastic in here. Very, very pleased with this one. Looks fantastic. I normally say, what have we got up next? But there's nothing on the truck. And the reason there's nothing on the truck is because the Mercedes-Benz DLC comes out tomorrow. So we're going to have some fun playing around with that. It's going to be awesome. I'm definitely very much looking forward to it. That's the end of today's video, though. If you did enjoy it, please consider hitting that subscribe button, leaving a comment, leaving a like. Let me know what you think of today's build, future builds, anything we got coming up. We are trying to get up to 500 subscribers as soon as we possibly can by the 19th of February, which is my birthday. So hopefully we can get it by then. We're going to make a cool drag strip fire truck. Hopefully it's going to be awesome. But that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, whatever you're getting up to in the world. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Suspect in a purple Lamborghini.